All right, you guys, welcome to our team call here. I know we have there's Jorge right there. We don't have something scheduled every single week, and that's because we're all just very, very, very busy. But I am super excited tonight because we have the absolute honor of actually having our CEO on to talk with us about vision and leadership. And oh my gosh, he is just such a wealth of knowledge and heart-centered leadership. I mean, from the moment he's actually a huge part of why I'm even at Vital Health from my very first experience with him. And I'll talk more about Jorge in just a second. Because I know he just entered, and I'm going to make him co-host so he can unmute himself when he's ready. Okay. But really quick, just some housekeeping. Tag or send a quick message out to your teams, you guys. This is the time. Many of your teams are all brand new, and they haven't even met Jorge yet. They haven't even met Alex yet or Tony yet. Maybe they got their first taste a couple weeks ago with Tony, but everybody is so new that I encourage you guys to please, please, please reach out to them, get them on so that they can hear directly from the hearts of the heartbeat of what really truly drives this company. This is our support system. This is the gift of the people we get to work with every single day. And it's a huge part of what drives me to do Vital Health very full-time. I mean, very full-time right now. I feel like even if there was more time in the day, I'd probably just fill it. So it's maybe we shouldn't ask for more time, but anyway, for those of you guys that are new, welcome. I am Tara Truax. I'm a triple diamond here at Vital Health, and we are only about 90 days into our launch. So everybody here is new. Everybody here is excited. Everybody here is launching, and we have something very, very, very special that we are able to bring to people. I'm trying to do the waiting room and talk, and those of you who know how bad my ADD is, that's like a bit of a circus in my mind right now. So I'm laughing at myself, but while you guys are here, can you guys please drop in the chat, where are you coming from? Where are you zooming in from tonight? Where are you? Actually, yes, you absolutely can, Catherine. I am going to make you another co-host, and you can let people in for me. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Hang on, now I gotta find you, make you co-host. You guys, that is how this works. Yep. Then you will be a co-host too. And then Catherine, just let people in for me, if that would be great. Thank you. All right. I appreciate that. All right. So just a little housekeeping as we are closing out the month of May, and everybody is fairly new. So these are just a lot of things, and they will get into the habit, and they will get a lot easier as you grow and understand the comp plan, as you start to build your teams and you get into your own systems. But just a couple housekeeping reminders. When we close out the month, we need to make sure, you guys, the minimum to keep your binary volume so it doesn't flush. What does flushing mean? Think of flushing like when you put something in the toilet and you flush the toilet, what happens? It goes away. And it goes away for good, right? We can't flush something down the toilet and go back and get it. It doesn't work that way. Neither does your volume. So we need to make sure our binary volume stays from those starter kits. And we only get that starter kit volume one time from those starter kits, you guys. Remember, only starter kit volume goes in that binary. So we want to make sure that volume stays there. So we want to make sure we're income qualified. That makes sure we need to have that 50 PV to keep that. So that is that minimum. Now, if you're building the unilevel and you are bringing in affiliates and you are promoting the unilevel, you need to have 100 PV. Silver and above is 100 PV. So please make sure you are active in those areas. If you are building, you guys, in this compensation plan and you are only building on minimums, I am going to be very, very frank and real with you guys. If you only live on minimums, expect the minimum. Okay. We really want to be utilizing what we have here with the influencer bonus. When you spend a 200 PV, the next $200 is $40. We want to make sure, go and look, where are you? Can you get that product? Because that product is a huge asset to have in your hands. If you are doing scans, you want to retail those products. You want to get those products into people's hands as quickly as possible. It was a huge way to profit in your business, but to also for your family to get all of your family healthy. This is an incredible way to get affordable products in your hands. So check that influencer bonus. If you have money sitting in your influencer bonus, you guys, that influencer bonus, that goes away. That is only per month. So that's the third thing. You have your 50 PV for the binary, 100 PV if you're building in the unilevel. For your monthly, you guys, check those and then go into that influencer bonus. See where you are. Get your teams there. Make sure you leverage that. It is a huge asset that we all have. The fourth thing, you guys, make sure in the unilevel you need 3 active affiliates, so you're active in there. Some of you guys have 2. I went in and looked and I saw where some of you were, and you guys, some of you guys actually be promoted to Sapphire if you had your 3rd active affiliate. Please go check and make sure you have your 3rd active affiliate. Active affiliate, again, 50 PV, okay? Remember, it has to be active. The next thing we have right now to say thank you to all our Canadians. You guys are absolutely amazing, and we're so grateful for you. We have that liquid glutation as a free product for affiliates for any order from now to the end of the month of 100 PV. That will not show up on your shipping label, you guys, but it will be shipped automatically. Logistics is putting that in the order as a thank you for being so patient as we have overcome these shipping things, and we have gotten our new shipping people and the new contract, and we are so excited about it. But we just wanted to say thank you, and to also make sure you guys are all qualified as well. Make sure you have that qualified order. And then the last thing before I pass it over to our incredible CEO, do not forget, we are on the last few days of the run for our leadership retreat in Cancun. Anybody that hits the promotion of gold by the end May 31st, you guys, gets to go on our 4-day, 3-night leadership retreat to Cancun, where me and David and Abby and Brooke will be working with our core leaders and creating a foundational leadership in a very special, fun trip. If you hit the rank of platinum by the 31st, you also get your airfare included. So this is a huge, very, very special leadership retreat we are doing just for our group, to create this foundation, to create this core, to create a heartbeat within our group, which is also very, very special. And I'm excited for all of you. So look where you're at. You can all do that. 10,000 group volume is gold for active affiliates. Platinum is 17,500. You can do this. Everybody can do it. If you look where you're at, look for the next few days, make those phone calls, have those follow-ups, and commit. And I promise you guys, we will all celebrate you when we're there in Cancun. So with that, you guys, I am so truly honored and grateful that, 1, we have the proximity to do this. 2, we have the heart of ownership and leadership that invests in us as leaders and our teams. And 3, you guys, that in the crazy, hectic travel schedule and of all the things we're launching and doing, and all so much that's happening right now in Vital Health, that our incredible CEO, Jorge Reyes, has taken time out of his very, very, very busy day to come and talk to you guys about and help us create this vision, to help all of you see what I saw when I met him for the very first time. He is an incredible leader, an incredible human that has worked on both corporate side and the field side. He understands both, is an incredible family man with 3 beautiful children, an incredible wife, gorgeous family. He actually lives in Utah, you guys. He's one of the few of our corporate staff that does not live in Mexico. He travels to Mexico quite a bit, but we are so honored and so blessed to have our incredible newly appointed CEO as of March with us tonight to share all the things that we need to be inspired to go out and do the work we do in the world. So Jorge, are you there? Can you unmute? I made you co-host, so I think you can.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And oh my goodness, what an intro. I think I'm gonna be a guest very often here, because I love that intro. Thank you, Tara. It's I'm so happy to be with you this evening. And thank you for allowing me to enter your homes through this technology. I'm so excited for this group. I am so excited. I'm so happy for all of you. And before I begin, I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to all of you for everything that you do, for that phone call, for that follow-up, for that overview, for that presentation, for that closing, and everything that you do that as a result of that activity um, help us to grow Vital Health Global and this movement. Thank you. And thank you for all those other things that you do to keep your life sane. Many of you are wives, and many of you are mothers, and many of you are full-time employees. And let me tell you, doing all that plus doing this, uh, really, thank you for all you do. My heart is full of gratitude for all that you do, and because of that, it is my commitment that we will work as hard as we can, and you have my promise that we will always give you our very best in everything that we do. um when Tara asked me to kindly asked me to join you guys in this in this platform to talk to you. um I lead myself a lot with feelings. Yes, I do have a strategy. Yes, I do have a plan of action. Yes, yes, and yes. However, I would like to shift things a little bit. If you're okay with that, I would like to shift some stuff this evening and talk to you guys about something that I feel that I need to talk to you. Is that okay? Okay, awesome. Um, we are in the last part of the month, and what we call month end, and it is crazy. It's crazy times. This is where this is do you guys and I know that this is where things happen. This is where people rank up. This is where people get their checks high. This is where people really stand out, and you can tell who's a runner, who's a walker, and who's just to see. And I'm with you, Catherine. I can't wait to meet you. So, and it will happen. It will happen. So, I still remember the night I met Tara. I still remember that night and the day and the city and everything. And I'm just my life is a lot richer and better because she is in my circle of influence. And because of that, all her team, meaning you guys, my life is better because you are part of that. So I don't want to take a lot of time, but I do have a lot of things to say. And I would like to start by in Mexico, you're gonna learn that I'm gonna use a lot of sayings that I'm gonna try to find the right saying in English so it makes sense. But in Spanish, we say we're gonna talk a calzón quitado. That means we're gonna take off our panties and we're gonna talk like that, meaning we're gonna be very upfront. We're gonna be very sincere. Is that okay? Can we be? In other words, we're gonna keep things real. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay, good. So I'm gonna be asking you because I want you guys to collaborate with me. This is the only way that after this call, we walk out of here with a heart that is better than it is right now is if we work together. Okay, it's just not about listening, it's about a collaboration between you and me. So if you're willing to collaborate with me, this is going to be awesome. Are you guys ready? Okay, awesome. So what is strategy? What is a strategy? This is a business, is that right? You all are business owners. So what is strategy? Okay, strategy comes from the Greek strategos. Strategos means the sight of a general. The sight of a general. When there's a when there were battles hundreds and hundreds of years ago, the general stood in the back and the top because he had a better perspective of the battlefield. He was able to see where were the weaknesses and the strengths of the army he was going against, and his own strengths and weaknesses. Is that making sense to you? Okay, so today I want to talk to you about your business and life strategy. Okay. I like to use stories because I'm very visual. I like to use stories, but I also like to use examples. Let's take, for example, and in real life, a lot of people think that setting a goal is a strategy, but it isn't. A goal is not a strategy. A strategy, a strategy is the description of a business. Let's see. A strategy is, well, let me give you an example. In the beginning of the year, how many people do you know that want to start reading a book or want to lose weight? And they think that that goal is a strategy, when in fact, it isn't. In order for you to understand what your strategy is, the first thing that you need to ask yourself is, what is going to be the purpose of me reading that book? What is going to be the title of that book, and how is that going to help me? In other words, why am I going to invest the time to read that book? Why am I going to invest the time to go to the gym? Why? It's not just to say, okay, my strategy is to lose weight. No, it isn't. That's not a strategy. That is a tactic. That is a tactic. And so, in reality, everybody should be questioning themselves and saying, what are going to be the tactics of my strategy? And I want you to think, first of all, in your personal life, and then in your business. Or if you want to do your business first and then your personal life, you can do however you want. But I want you to think about that. A strategy is, it's the gathering of tactics to obtain an objective in life. That is what a strategy is. When you want to make a strategy, you need to come up with the different tactics of what you're going to be doing. How are you going to adjust those tactics so you can get to the end goal of whatever it is that you want to achieve? So the question is, what is the strategy for month end? And at the same time, what is your strategy for the new month that is about to start next week? Okay. So, and also, I want you to start putting this in the back of your head. What is my life strategy? What is awaiting for Jorge to happen in his own life, as a husband, as a father, as a son, as a neighbor, whatever is it that you want to use. But this applies to your personal life as well. Now, let me give you an example. One of the biggest manufacturers and distributor of furniture in the world is IKEA. Everybody knows IKEA, correct? What is their business model? In other words, what are their tactics? What's their strategy? They are in 62 countries. They are in 5 different territories. They make, or they produce, $40 billion in sales annually. What's their strategy? What are they doing differently? Let's dissect their model. When you go to IKEA, everything from the parking lot and on, everything is huge, is big. They have big ceilings. They make you feel like you're safe. They use certain colors. The first thing that you do when you go up the escalator, hi baby, welcome home. The first thing that you do when you come up with the escalator is you have the food, which is very affordable and is pretty darn good. And after that, then you also have a place where you can leave your kids. You have a place where you can leave your kids, and then you start going through an experience. Exactly. So what do they do? They sell furniture, in different markets. They produce boxes. That's how they sell it. But in the beginning, you walk through an entire household rooms of different furnitures. You have your bedroom, you have your kids' room, you have your kitchen, you have your. They started selling furniture for businesses as well. And what do? They manufacture those furnitures at a very low cost in different countries, and then they distribute to other countries at a very low pricing. Their business model allows for the furniture to be ready whenever you're ready to purchase something. You just write the model number, and at the end you go and get your boxes and you take it home and you put it together by yourself. And then that's how they can sell more. That's exactly how they can sell more. Now, tell me, what other manufacturers do the same? I don't think there is. I don't think there is somebody that actually is imitating their business model. So how easy would it be for their competition to do something like this, to replicate something like this? I don't think it will be easy. They will need a lot of organization, a lot of things. But that was their strategy from the get-go. They did a series of tactics so they could, at the end, they can sell 40 billions of dollars per month. But now, are they in the furniture business? Is that what they're in? Are they in the furniture business? No, they're not. Are we in the nutraceutical adaptogens business? No, we're not. We are in the people business. We are in the people business because without people, we don't have a business. So, do you understand how critical is the experience for your customers to come to you and they have that experience? That is a tactic that they do very well. But in business, the beauty of a business is that you can change and adapt as you need to. Every single month that you finish your business, you need to sit down and take a look at the things that the tactics that worked out for you and the tactics that did not give you the results that you wanted. And what do? You leave those aside and you adopt the ones that are giving you results. Are you guys following me? Yeah, okay, good. I'll give you another example. There was a guy in many years ago in New York, and his last name Sinatra, Frank Sinatra. He sold over 150 million copies around the world. But you guys know, how did he get there? Well, I'll give you a little context. First off, he started singing since he was a little kid. When he was in high school, he thought that he had this voice and he wanted to sing, but guess what? People didn't like him. People did not like the way that he sang. So one day, one of his very close friends said to him, "You know what, Frankie? You need to take some singing lessons. Like, I know how bad you want to be a singer, but let me tell you something. As a friend, you don't sing good. We just don't enjoy it." Imagine that, to Frank Sinatra. So what did he do? He learned that very close to where he lived, there was a teacher, a singing teacher, and he approached him and said, "Hey, I want to take lessons with you." And this teacher was known because he was a drunk. Most of the day he was drunk. But he approached him and he said, "All right, I'll teach you how to sing, but you need to bring me a bottle of wine or liquor every single time that you come." And he's like, "All right, deal." So he would come with his liquor, and then in exchange, he will give him lessons. As he started taking lessons, he took lessons for about 8 years. Every single day he went and took those lessons. When he started singing with him, the teacher that was teaching him how to sing told him, "Frankie, I'll be really honest with you. You cannot sing. I can show you the basics, but honestly, if I don't see any results, I will not continue, even if you bring me the alcohol." And he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." So when he started learning how to sing, he learned that his voice could have a range in different tones. And he started practicing every single day those exercises, those tactics that he was giving him. At the end of those 8 years, in the meanwhile, he started meeting people, important people, key people in the industry. And one day, after those 8 years, he approached somebody in a radio station, and he offered himself to sing a song. They gave him the chance to sing that song, and that song was so well sung that people started asking for who that was. So people started putting him on the map that he was Frank Sinatra. However, he needed money for studio time. So what did he do? He went to this place, this bar, and he started singing for tips, and he started making money so he could have time for studio time. And then with that, he was able to record 40 songs. 40 songs. But even with that, he was only known in that little tiny town in New York. He wasn't known worldwide. But one day in that bar that he sang, there was a person from Colombia, the studio record company, and they heard him and they said, you know what, we would like to meet with you. And because of that, he was able to land his first contract with Colombia, and he was able to be known worldwide. But what changed for Frank Sinatra? If he would continue the way that he was, most likely he would probably be dead and unknown. But what did he do? He listened, he listened to somebody's care and changed his strategy. Listen, you have somebody right here who started this call, who's got the best interest in you. Listen, don't think that you know it all. I know that many of you have all the experience in the world. That's fine and dandy. But in this new venture, you have somebody that knows. Listen, okay? Now, in order for you to make that a strategy, there's certain steps. The first step that I recommend is first of all, have your aspirational statement. You can go ahead and write it down. You need to know what is your aspirational statement. In other words, you need to know where you're headed, where you want to be. If it's business wise, you got to know, okay, I'm doing this because I want to be, I want to be able to be a gold, I want to rank up to gold this month, or I want to rank up to platinum. And if that's the case, then I want to be able to, when we go to Cancun, which by the way, that sounds very appealing. By Cancun, I need to be emerald. You need to have an aspirational statement. If you just think about it, nothing is going to happen. You need to have an aspirational statement. You need to, first of all, to have an aspirational statement, you need to ask the question, who am I? Who am I? I can tell you guys who Jorge Reyes is. To me, that question is responded like this. First off, I'm a son of God. Right after that, I'm a husband. I'm not a father, I'm a husband. And after being a husband, I'm a father. And after being a father, I'm a son to my mom, and I'm a brother to my sister. And then I'm the CEO of Vital Health Global. That is my priority list. You need to ask yourself the same question. Who are you? Because in each one of those roles, this strategy applies in each one of those roles. Okay. The second thing that you need to do once you establish that is you need to do an internal analysis. And that internal analysis, you need to come up with your weaknesses, your strengths, your opportunities, and the threats that come along your way. Okay? I'm going to give you an example. In 2005, a share of Disney Corporation was $23. In 1998, a share of Walt Disney was $40. What happened? 1998, $40. 2005, $23. I know that in the investment world, that's why it's called an investment, because nothing is certain. But to know that a monster like Disney was 1998 was $40, and then in 2005 was only 23, something happened. So let me tell you what happened. Back in 2005, the CEO of Walt Disney brought onto the studios an art director and a studio director. And this studio director, he came up with the idea of having the Little Mermaid. Everybody remembers the Little Mermaid, right? Little Mermaid, excellent movie, blah blah blah, made a lot of money, perfect. But after the Little Mermaid, Walt Disney was dead. They did not have anything next to come up with. And Walt Disney, they are a machine. They are a machine. They come up with the Little Mermaid and they can sell you merchandise that you cannot imagine. I mean, t-shirts, pants, pajamas, teddy bears, I mean, you name it. They have it all. Distribution, they have it all. But after the Little Mermaid, they were like, what do we do? Nothing is working. So they what they and what did they do? Well, the director of the studios was anxious to get a promotion because of the Little Mermaid, but they didn't give him the promotion, so he left. He left Walt Disney, and he went on to build DreamWorks with Steven Spielberg. Now everybody know what DreamWorks is. Now, in the meantime, John Lasseter, he was let go of Walt Disney because he was very into digital cartoons. He wanted to utilize the computer to make cartoons, and because he was trying to reinvent something for Walt Disney, he was let go, and he started Pixar. And Walt Disney went down under. They had no idea what to do. But Pixar and DreamWorks, they were being reinvented. They were coming up with great ideas. So in 2000, Walt Disney says, here's what we're going to do. We're going to hire Pixar for 5 films. No, 6 films. We're going to hire Pixar for 5 films, and Pixar delivered every single year. They came up with Toy Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2, Cars 1 and 2. And what did Walt Disney do? Boom. They went through the roof. Success was coming right and left, right and left. But they were not Disney. They hired a third company, which was Pixar, to get the job done. So Disney did not have a strategy. So what did Walt Disney do? The CEO he was let go, and they found a strategy. Their strength in Walt Disney was marketing, distribution, and the fact that every little character from any movie, they could make it successfully profitable. Anyone, any kind of character. So what did they do? They started doing that, and they did not stop there. The next thing that they do is they bought Pixar for $7.4 billion. Then they went ahead and bought Marvel for what was it, $4 billion, and then they bought a percentage of Lucasfilms for $4 billion, and they acquired all the personages and the human capital from those companies. Then they went ahead and got ESPN, they got Hulu, they got ABC. I mean, altogether, it's a monster. Today, a share of Walt Disney, anybody knows a share of Walt Disney, how much is it today? It's about roughly $112. $112 a share of Disney. Why? Because they changed their tactics. They changed their strategy. They reinvented themselves. I'm thinking that you're getting the point. I'm giving you examples of traditional businesses that switch their tactics so they could become successful. In our industry, it's the same. It's exactly the same. We're not in a traditional industry. No, we're not. But we're in the coolest industry ever. Why? Because you can own a business buying a membership and buying products that are good for yourself. That's how you can own a business. So that being said, what Disney do is that they did an internal analysis, and they recognize that they did not have the talent they needed to succeed. So what is the next thing that you need to do? You need to do an internal analysis to see what is your weaknesses. What are your weaknesses? We all have weaknesses, all of us. Well, you need to do an internal analysis to determine what are your weaknesses so you can change it. And that leads me to the third one, to do an external analysis. The external analysis are going to be, for example, technology, distance, economy, health, time, etc. Those are external factors that will affect your business in any way, shape, or form. But what do you do when you find those external factors? Well, I'll give you another example. India. Have any of you been in India before? Okay, Catherine, you have. You're not gonna let me lie in this example, okay? India. India has it's the third side, the third, yeah, it's a third of the US in territory. It's a third, but it has 4 times our population. For every square mile in India, there's roughly 180 people. In the US, for every square mile in the US, there's about 14 people. See the difference? I'll give you another one. Traffic is impossible. The biggest cities, right, Catherine? The biggest cities, Mumbai, etc. There, it's just a nightmare of traffic because they use cars, they use buses, they use bicycles, motorcycles, but they also use horses and handcarts and donkeys and even elephants. Why? Because traffic affects economy. Students cannot get from their towns to bigger cities where there's better education because there's no transportation. So they have to rely on their town's education resources, and they're really, really low. And so because of that, people cannot get better jobs. Let me give you an example. The annual salary, the average of annual salary of somebody in India, get a load of this. It's about not even $2,000 per year. Per year. So tell me, how many people own a car in India? I'll give you the answer. There's 22 vehicles, 22 cars for every 1,000 people in India. Owning a car is almost impossible. Most people, they don't have cars. They use donkeys, horses, elephants, and motorcycles and whatnot. So what are those external factors in India? Well, first off, uh, there's no reliable transportation for them. It's expensive to own a vehicle, and it's only for a niche of customers to go and buy a car. Well, there was a guy that learned that those external factors, and his tactic was the following. He said, all right, let's sit down. We're going to make Tata Motors. That's the name of the company. Tata Motors. Tata Motors. You can Google it. Tata Motors is going to do the following. We're not going to have dealerships, so we don't pay a premium. We're going to make cheap, reliable vehicles. They're going to be two-cylinder motors, making them super small. We're going to use plastic as much as possible. They're only going to be one model, and it's going to be a two-door car. It's not going to have AC. See, even Zoom knows that I'm saying the right thing. They're not going to have AC. It's not going to be a luxury car. We have a huge market. We're going to talk to banks so they can get a loan so they can start paying that little car. So Tata Motors reinvented the vehicle industry in India, and today they're the biggest manufacturer of vehicles in India. And because of that, India has turned in less than 10 years into a country that economy-wise is powerful. But what did they do? They changed their tactics. They looked at their external factors and changed them. So that's exactly what we're doing in Vital Health Global. We are changing the industry because we know what our weaknesses are, we know what our strengths are, and we're adjusting. We know what our internal factors and our external factors are, and our aspirational statement has been established before 3 years ago, and that was that we were going to give the best of nature to humankind, that we were going to make it affordable, that we were going to make these products so that a lot of people could experience complete holistic well-being, that a lot of people can afford, because we can have the best products, but if they're not affordable, people will not be able to get it. That was from the very beginning. That was our aspirational statement, that we were going to be one of the best, if not the best, compensation plan ever, with no breakaways, with the opportunity that the average Joe can come in and they can bank on our comp plan. We've never said that we're going to be perfect, but we always said that we were going to do things differently, and that we were going to give our very best to our customers, to our affiliates. And in return, people can come here and experience something different. They can feel at home. They can feel safe. They can feel that we care, because it doesn't matter how much we have experience in the industry. It doesn't matter how much we have done in 3 years. If people cannot feel that we care, then we're not doing our job. So that's that. You want to know what the heart of Vital Health Global is? That is our heart, that we're here to serve, that we're here to help those who are hopeless. We're here to help those who are tired of being tired. We want to help those who have been hurt by the industry's wrong practices, and those CEOs and those field leaders that only care for themselves. We're changing that. We are changing that because we want to do things differently. And to be honest with you, between you and me, I think we're doing it. It's all about alignment. And the people that are aligning with us, you, are the people that have this right here. And this is the most powerful feeling in the world. That's the most part. We can do everything that we set ourselves into. We can do we will achieve every goal that we set ourselves. We're going to achieve with the tactics and with the strategy that we have. We will achieve everything, and we're willing to help everybody that wants to align with us. We're taking you with us, because love is the most powerful feeling in the world. The entire world was made out of love. love for you and me to come and to be here and to have everything that we have. And he has given us so much and a vehicle to serve one another. That is the heart of Vital Health Global, that we're here to serve, and we're here to win, and we're here to help, and we're here to see many, many testimonies about health and well-being and holistic well-being and financial freedom and people. I just came back from Mexico City, and there was this affiliate that came to me, and he gave me this. It's a toy made out of wood, has my name on it, and he said, Mr. Jorge, before Vita Health, I worked 3 jobs, and I tried to build something with companies that took my money, with leaders that didn't care. And since I started working with Vital Health 3 months ago, I was able to quit 2 of my jobs, and I being able to dream again. And one of my dreams was that I didn't get a chance to live a childhood because I started working from a young age. And because of Vital Health, I was able to grab one of these and start playing with my grandchildren at night. And so this reminded me that I could dream again. And I wanted to give one to you, so you can always have a perspective that there's a vision to help many people. And he gave it to me. And so those are the stories that push me to give my very best, to push corporate to give their very best. And we will continue to make the adjustments. We will continue to find the tools. We will continue to do everything that we need to do so we can be prepared to do what we need to do so we can be a company in this world. We will get to many countries. We will get to many languages and many people. But right now, our time is right here. We have many things to do. We have the biggest and the strongest market in the entire world in the industry of multi-level marketing, which is the US. This is their biggest market. We have 350 million people that we have in our backyard, and we have a lot of things to do. So I put it right here because it's a reminder. It's a reminder of who we are. So I don't want to take a lot of time of you because I know it's a month end, but I wanted to share with you just a little something on a strategy and how important it is that you can change your strategy at any given point, that you listen to your leader, to follow her and follow her advice, and to analyze yourselves, to come up with your aspirational statement that you can analyze internally and externally, and know this: you can switch your strategy at any time. Leave what is not working and adopt that is working. Tara, I'll give the microphone back to you.
Oh my goodness gracious. I'm positive there was not a dry eye on this call. I think we were all, that was just so powerful. I'm actually going to start crying again if I say very much. So you guys, please put all the love, all the hearts, all the, if you don't have emojis on your phone, put all the 5s in the comments right now for all the love for our incredible CEO, Jorge Reyes. I think you all now fully understand what I mean about having that heart-centered leadership. He truly is. He is a key person. And just like he said, he'll never forget that first time we met. We met that night, and then the next morning too. And there was some conversations there that is a huge part of even why I'm here in Vital Health, and I will never forget it. And I'm just going to get emotional thinking about that. So thank you, you guys. I hope you feel all of this and take that feeling. And when you write your aspiration statement and when you get really clear with yourself, use that feeling to drive that. And I promise you, Vital Health will get into every person's hands that it's supposed to get into just through you living through that. So Jorge, thank you times a million again for you. Thank you, all of you, team. Huge, huge, huge kidney. Well, we can do hearts, but somehow we're supposed to do kidneys. But Jorge does a good. Jorge does a really good heart, you guys. And you guys have an incredible month's end. We're here for anything you need. Just send me a message, and I've got you guys all. And I'll get this uploaded so you guys have the recording thing very soon. Good night, you guys. Thank you, Jorge. We love you.
Thank you. Love you guys.